It's Birdman for Birdman on the Mountain, hanging out here at Birdman Media Studios on White Mountain Independent TV and Sholo TV. So it's a time for another community shout. We get 5 this month. That's right, 5 Tuesdays in July.
Oh, that's right.
Which threw people. So I've got with me
I'm like, we
Mr.
do?
Jimmie Applegate.
How do
I
you
had to
have
call
5?
him to say, yeah, well, people normally schedule them 1, 2, 3, or 4.
Just
and then
show up.
They missed the 5th one. So yeah. It's every so often you get like 3 paydays in a month. That wasn't this month or next month, but it
Jeez.
happens.
Lame.
It's those fun little moments in life. Anyway, so
It balances out, dude.
Sholo Chamber of Commerce, that's what we're going to chat about. Got an event coming up?
We do have an event coming up.
Tell us all about it.
Sholo Chamber Outdoor Expo is coming up on August 11th. Third year of running this new expo. Used to be a business expo. We changed it a couple years back, and man, it's been a great thing to have kind of an outdoor themed expo that we do and hit really the hunting, fishing, hiking, camping, highlights, which are really the White Mountains, and really focus on them. It's in a good time of the year too, and so but it's been a good event. So that's coming up August 11th.
August 11th. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, we got to talk about the location because it was going to be one
Yeah.
place, and I guess it moved back. And
It moved and then it moved back. You
It
didn't.
moved.
Yeah.
I didn't know it moved. So
Right.
it hasn't happened yet. So we're still okay, right?
It hasn't happened yet, so we're still okay.
Okay.
So the spot that we utilize is the Park Pineway Plaza, which nobody knows it by Park Pineway Plaza. It's the parking lot that's in front of or part of Sears and J.C. Penney's and Sportsman's and Harbor Freight, that parking lot.
Yeah.
It's probably the biggest parking lot, if you calculate. It's probably the biggest parking lot in the White Mountains, I
Quite
bet.
possibly, yeah.
And so it's a pretty busy parking lot. We use a pad that's all the way right up next to the road. It's an empty pad. Someday that'll be a restaurant of some kind of fast food, I'm sure.
Somebody somewhere is pointing out Walmart has a much larger parking lot. But
Don't tell anybody. Otherwise, I don't know. I bet we should measure.
Oh, no, we're going to have to measure it now. It's a measuring contest. Okay.
What we're getting to is that what we use is a pad. It's right up next to the road. So it's a great spot. We put a big pop-up tent there, or not pop-up, a circus tent, big top tent. So people driving by see it, and they'll stop in. Of course, the parking lot's busy already, so people that are in the parking lot see it. Oh,
You just killed Groot.
I dropped Groot.
Yeah, it's Baby Groot. Don't pick on Baby Groot.
The things that Rob has in his studio.
Yeah.
Anyway,
So it's
so
a
we
nice
used
area.
it for the last couple years. This year we called them up to use it. Of course, you have to call the property manager. And they're like, no, it's under contract. We can't use it. What? It's under contract. So we're thinking, great.
All exciting, yeah.
Somebody's going to buy it, and they're going to build a new restaurant there, and fantastic, great. And
Oh, no, we thought it was going to be a Costco. Yeah, micro Costco.
Another Starbucks.
600 square feet Costco.
Who knows? The bottom line was things changed with the contract, whether it loosened up or changed or dropped. I don't know the details. The bottom line is the lot opened back up, and
Yeah,
so
they don't
gave
give us those
option.
details.
No, and I don't think they were going to, and they shouldn't. Those things need to be kept under wraps until something's something and something's not nothing. So.
Yeah. So,
Anyway.
anyways, it's like right next door to Taco Bell.
Yeah.
That's the easiest landmark to understand where
Yeah,
it's at.
or between Taco Bell and Pet Sense.
Yeah.
Would be
And the guys that do the car show there every Friday will be upset that we take over the parking lot the Friday before.
night. Right.
Sorry. But, yeah, commerce.
You can still park in there. There's just a big 80-foot tent in there as well with you.
Right.
So park under the tent.
Cool. Do we have any idea of who's coming? But I know the Hub's coming again.
Hub's going to be there, spotlighted. Of course, Sportsman's will be there because it's right there in their front yard. We've got a couple new food ones that are coming. The Blue Vase has a new waffle truck.
Oh, wow.
And so they'll be there, and they'll, waffles for breakfast, lunch, and dinner kind of set up. So that'll be there for food. Of course, Danny's Lemonade's never been there before. Danny from
Hey, Danny.
from
Love the Danny's Lemonade.
Yeah, from Sholo days. We've had a great relationship with Danny for years and years, and his schedule worked out that he could be there. But literally, and I'm not a lemonade person. My wife has best lemonade I've ever. It's just great lemonade. But Danny's will be there. For
it's
food.
Sugar water with lemon, just so you know. Just saying.
It's dang good, baby. But some of the new vendors that are going to be there, golly, I'm going to get their name wrong. Black Label.
Black Label?
They sell prepackaged coffee for camping and outdoors,
Oh,
hunting,
okay.
fishing. So it's prepackaged foods, dehydrated foods, coffee, a couple of different flavored beef jerky, a couple different things like that. But so we're excited to have them there. Um, golly, let me think. Who else is coming? You know who I'm still looking for?
Yeah.
I'm looking for a taxidermy.
Yeah.
Find me a taxidermist who wants to come out. I mean, I haven't had one in years, mostly because they're busy. They're wrapping up
Right.
last
Right.
season. And honestly, to find a taxidermist in this town that's not 6 to 12 months out, can you believe they're still that busy?
That's crazy.
Yeah. A taxidermist is 6 to 12 months out. I mean, partly they have to cure all their skins and furs, and there's a time frame, but man, those boys are booked, all of them. So, but I'd love to find a new taxidermist to be there. We haven't had one. We've had a trainer there. Trying to think who else is going to be there. Give me a second.
It's okay. You know, we've got there's a lot of show space there, so we can get more
There
people
is.
there as well.
Yeah, you're right.
So if you got anything that you go in that realm, come on out.
Hey, if I fill the tent, which currently it's a 70 by tent, then I'll easily order a 90 by tent and put 4 more spaces in. So I'll do that last minute. If you want to fill it, let's freaking fill it. I'm ready.
Very cool.
Yeah.
You got like UTV companies coming out and stuff like that too, or?
Yeah, Hatch Motor Company is going to be out there with all of their 4-wheelers and ATVs and those kind of things. So they'll be there They were there last year. They're again this year. So
very cool. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the chamber itself.
Yeah.
I had somebody the other day was asking about President's Club.
Yeah.
And you know, what's the deal with President's Club? What's
is
it
the
mean? I
deal
mean,
with
there's
President's
a regular membership, but then there's also a President's Club.
Yeah.
We made a big shift at the beginning of the year that some people still don't know yet, and that had to do with what used to be the membership directory. But explain that.
So you want to talk about President's Club first?
Yeah, yeah.
So President's Club really is an additional list of or package of benefits with the Chamber of Commerce. Most of the benefits that are on that package are valued at around $300, but it's a list of them. So any one of them you want, you get all of them in one package at $300, and you're a President's Club member. It's kind of a gold standard or the elite club. And one of the benefits has to do with the directory that we changed, which is it's a significant change. I would dare say, you correct me, Rob, you've been around the chamber as long as I have, probably one of the most significant changes you've seen to any Chamber of Commerce in the White Mountains in
Yeah, I mean, the big thing
years.
was, you have this membership directory and everybody comes in and you get to do it one time a year. It's a big book and it's there.
It's printed once.
And that's just not how business works anymore. I mean, it used to be that kind of that way where this is what we do and things don't change much. But nowadays there's a lot more marketing going on. There's a lot of change that happens. Things move around.
Yep.
Different deals come from vendors, all those kind of things. So as a business, you got to figure out, okay, well, let's talk about a message at the beginning of the year that we want to last all year. So you got to be very narrow.
Right.
Well, now you don't get just one, you get 4 opportunities a year.
So now we print a directory instead of once a year at 10,000 printings. We print it 4 times a year, each quarter at 10,000 printings per quarter, plus the original 10,000. So now 50,000 printings instead of 10. There's a bang. But now we have the opportunity to every single quarter change that up, put a new message in, put some marketing in there. Of course, my list is up to date and it's most accurate now that I'm updating on a quarterly basis. So that's much better. But the biggest thing about that is distribution.
Yes. It's always about distribution. How are people going to get the information?
Right.
Previously, before, they'd had to walk inside the chamber building or maybe around a couple different locations and pick it up.
Right.
Okay.
Now think about that. Who came into the Chamber of Commerce and picked up the directory? People that came in from out of town, right? They're visiting, they're from Canada, wherever. We give them a directory of what's going on. And if you're a company that has a business in town that you're doing business with tourism, it's a fantastic product for you. If you're a hotel, if you're a restaurant, if you're, you need a new tire and they're at a tire place, then that's a good book for you. But if you're a business that does not necessarily do business with tourists, who would that be? Let's see. A car dealership, an insurance company,
a dentist.
Right?
Like, services like
that.
So
when you when you go on your last vacation, you didn't stop in and see if you could get your teeth cleaned. You didn't do that. No, right? It doesn't happen. You don't go looking for a car on your vacation. So those kind of businesses that traditionally do business with local patrons, it doesn't really help them. That product didn't help them as much. Now, however, that product, now that we print it each quarter, is also distributed each quarter in the local newspaper. So it's an insert in the paper. And that's distributed right to your patron, your the people that you're doing business with.
Yeah, so it has a listing of all the companies, but then companies that are members already of the Chamber of Commerce have the benefit of advertising in it, and they're the only ones
Yeah.
that can advertise
You
in
got it.
it. Okay.
You got it.
Circle back to that President's Club.
Now we have an opportunity to spotlight people who are in President's Club, which again, that elite member that's paid a premium package price, we get an opportunity each quarter to spotlight their business, their company, their wares, and say, here's who they are, here's what they do. So instead of just having a listing, well, in addition to just having a listing or a few listings in that directory, now we'll have an entire page where we'll spotlight who they are and what they do. And so we'll even, the paper now is even interviewing them, and there'll be a small article on Birdman. What do you do? How can someone get a hold of you? What's the best way? And, so someone might just see Birdman and not know everything that you do. That doesn't say podcast every month, but, you sit down and write that on a paragraph, and people say, hey, maybe I need to talk to that guy.
So, we've got the expo coming up, and then after that, pretty much we move forward into
Leadership White Mountains.
Okay.
That time of the year. Most of it's already set up. Can you believe that?
Awesome.
I got to jump on it this year. Yeah. It's about hang time. But Leadership White Mountain going into its 6th year
Nice.
of leadership. We'll be spotlighting that in the showcase that we just talked about that's coming up. And talk a lot about the changes that we've made and evolved. We'll probably use some of the interviews that Birdman has developed. Last year, you started out leadership with interviewed
people that were going into it.
Yeah.
And then I did an exit interview with most of those people at the back end of it. We had some attrition, so that happens.
Yeah.
And and we'll have hopefully some imagery from the events that they captured while they were going through it, because I didn't go through all of them again.
And the thing for me is the perspective. And you walk into leadership and you're like, what is this about? I'm not sure. My boss told me to come, or the guys at work said it's a great thing. And so here I am, but I'm not sure what it is. And by the time you get to the end, they're like, wow, that was a great program.
And the biggest thing I could say is leadership. Everybody always talks about leadership. Leadership isn't a title. Leadership is a behavior.
Sure.
So that's the biggest key, because you're going to get some of these people who are like, well, yeah, but I'm not in a manager position. That doesn't matter.
That's not the point.
That's your title.
Yeah.
Your behavior is what makes you a leader,
Yeah.
not where you are within the hierarchy of a company.
Right.
So biggest thing. And that's the biggest thing that it reinforces.
Yeah, I think you're right. It does.
Cool. And then, of course, are we doing a Christmas thing again, too?
We are doing a Christmas thing.
We call it a white party because everybody wears white.
That was last year. So this year, we don't know what we're doing. We don't know what the theme is. Let's come up with a theme.
Well, let's not make it gray, because that's just dirty snow.
That's yellow snow, though. That's something different.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. We'll have to figure out something. I'm not going to throw me into that one.
Yeah, Rob said on the podcast, we should name it this.
Exactly. Okay, so I got a question, if you can bring it up yet, because I'm going to spring this on you.
Here we go.
Our big event is Sholo Days.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, you want to talk about it?
You want to talk about the changes?
Yeah.
We're excited about the changes,
Yes, we are.
So, how far back do we go to go forward?
Let's talk about the one thing that's always been going on, because the car show used to be part of Sholo Days.
Yeah.
Okay. And because of both got big, they separated.
Yes.
And there's a car show and there's Sholo Days. Well, they still draw huge crowds in two different locations.
Exactly.
And it's gotten to the point where, because of field maintenance and other things, the Sholo Days gotten big enough that we tried to go to that second area.
Didn't work.
It didn't really work as well as we wanted to, because it's still, even though it's in the same park, it's kind of isolated.
Do you know why it is? It's because it's a family-friendly environment, and moms and dads and kids go there. A family goes there so they can do everything together. Not on this field, we have the kids' stuff and different activities, and on this field is more adult activities and things. And it didn't seem to work out that way. We experimented, we tried it, and
So there's three things, that they talk about in evolution. It's adapt, migrate, or die. Those are three things you can do in life.
We're not doing option 3.
Adapt, migrate, or die. We tried adapting. It's not really working. We're not going to die.
No.
Hey, let's migrate.
We're going to migrate.
Okay, where are we going?
So we're going to a new park, which is a much bigger park. Now, just give you an idea, where we've currently been for the past 16 years has been at the Sholo Park on Senior Field, which is the biggest baseball field there. It's about 3 acres large. We're migrating to another park altogether, further down the Deuce, and it's called Frontier Park. Now, that's about 5 acres.
Okay, Jimmy, we got a problem.
Yeah.
The car shows at that park.
Yeah, I know.
So do we recombine?
No,
we can't. They're too big.
We can't fit us and them and us in one. It's not going to work. We don't have a field big enough. And so what worked out good, we talked about our dates, their dates, when we moved, changed, and what it really came out to is their date is perfect where it's at. It kind of fits in between other car shows that are going on in the White Mountains. So they're going to maintain where they're at and the same date where they're at, which is the first weekend in August. And we're going to shift one weekend back to I said August, June.
June. Yeah.
We've always been first weekend in June. So we're going to shift to the second weekend in June.
So the
And
easiest way to remember this is going to be Memorial Day weekend. Then you're going to have the car show.
right,
And guess what? Now the car show, they can actually drive down the road during the
because the Derby's
because the Derby down at Deuce isn't there.
right,
So it makes a car show better.
right.
And then the week after the car show is Show Days.
Days.
It's going to be easy to remember.
Yeah, and it'll be good. You know what? There's a lot of things going on that weekend already that already combined with us. The downtown's already filled up, and we really want, as a city, we want to highlight downtown.
Now the area is, some people are like going, "Whoa, it's going to be small." It's
Parking.
actually bigger area.
It is bigger.
It's got better parking, but it's a bigger area. So what's that mean to us?
So more people, more comfortable, and there's no uphill, downhill. It's a lot easier. It's all flat. We actually counted. We took aerial views of both parks, both parking areas. We counted them all. There's actually about a third more parking in the new place than in the old. So we're excited about that new venue.
Maybe more stuff going on, or we're not unveiling anything closer.
Yeah, there's going to be more stuff going on.
So
things.
Think things.
Hey,
remember, family fun atmosphere.
Right.
So yeah.
So would you say die, migrate, or
you adapt, migrate, or die?
Yeah. And so we try to adapt. We're
adapting and migrating. We migrated date. We migrated place, and we're going to adapt the show a little bit too to actually add to it.
Right.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
I am too. I really am. It'll be a good opportunity to make that bigger, better. It's always been a good event. So
very cool.
Make it bigger, better.
So that's your Sholo Chamber of Commerce update. I don't know if we get more details than that, but things are happening, and Echo thinks it's 80 degrees out. So I don't know why. Echo always talks during my shows.
It's hotter than 80.
Anyways,
She's
cool.
Wrong.
Jimmie Applegate, thank you very much for your time.
Thanks,
Appreciate that.
You bet.
Cool. Hey, I want to remind everyone, there's a special series that's going on right now on the Birdman on the Mountain podcast and also on the YouTube and Facebook pages, and that is Your Vote 2018. So on all those different channels, you can find interviews with the different candidates that are running and some of the topics of discussion around issues. Some are ballot issues, some are not, but follow that as we move toward November in the election. Some of them will end in the primary sections and some will move on, but check those out. As I always say, I'm Birdman, and thanks for watching. This is on, of course, Sholo TV, White Mountain Independent TV on the Birdman Media Network. If I don't see you around town, I'll catch you right here on the web.